Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. We've got news out of Beaufort County, where a community college is hosting a groundbreaking ceremony as we speak. Beaufort County Community College is hosting that groundbreaking ceremony right now, 10 a.m., to mark the start of a construction on the new Reverend Dr. Robert B. Caton Regional Center in the Aurora Industrial Park. Now, today's ceremony is being held at 319 South 5th Street in Aurora, where community, elected officials, and regional partners will gather to celebrate the college's efforts to expand educational access in Beaufort County. The 5,000 square foot facility was funded in part by a $2.5 million grant from the State Capital and Infrastructure Fund from the North Carolina General Assembly. Now, with the center being built near the nutrient phosphate mine, the center will provide customized training to the company's employees and its contractor network. GED and English language acquisition classes will be offered at the facility. The $3 million project is expected to be completed by April of 2026. This growth in community development comes as the town of Aurora has recently lost its only bank and pre-K through 8 school. And now we want to turn our attention to Don Davis, Representative Don Davis, who recently announced a new bill aimed at protecting Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. Oh, that is the wrong thing there. Now, during a press conference yesterday, Davis announced that the Frontline Fighter Force First Act bill, which will have legislators look into the future of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. Now, if passed, this legislation would recognize the historical and ongoing contributions of the Air Force Base to the U.S. military and national security and ensure investments in upgraded fighter jets and active bases. Officials say the fighter jets at the base are very important to both the base and the local economy due to the jobs that have been created. Now we turn to your weather forecast, where today is yet again going to be another hot day. We're dealing with some unseasonably warm temperatures this time of the year. Usually we reserve the mid-90s for more July, August, and in some instances possibly early September. But here we are. We've got June 19th on the calendar, and right now it is feeling like 92 degrees in New Bern. It's only 10 a.m. Well, 10:02 if you want to split hairs, but 85 degrees right now. Feeling like 92. It is going to be a hot one later on today. Southwesterly wind at 11 miles an hour is again helping maintain that high humidity, keeping those dew points in the mid-70s right now along the Neuse River in New Bern. Current air temperatures across the board generally in the mid-80s. A few of us still in the low 80s, but even Hatteras right now coming up to about 80 degrees. At last checked was at 78 degrees. So again, a little bit warmer along the Outer Banks, and humidity remains high. Remains high. Thanks to that southwesterly wind, that's really not going to change. We got to get a wind shift into the east before we can see any sort of adjustment with the humidity level in eastern North Carolina. Now, we've got our eyes on a system that could provide that wind shift. Now, will it create a complete shift all the way through next week? No, absolutely not. But maybe on Friday we'll get a little bit of some relief coming up from the humidity. Let's take a look at how this system that is further back towards the west is actually going to progress across the east later on today. Should be arriving late tonight, I should say late this evening through tonight. I think most of those showers, again, going to be moving off the coast as we head into the early morning hours of your Friday, maybe around 11 p.m. tonight to around 2 a.m. early tomorrow morning. We will see those showers roll off the coast, but we could have a little bit more development of rain showers coming up Friday afternoon as a sea breeze front may try to form later on in the day. That again can spark some spotty showers and storms. Now, as we take a look at your hour-by-hour forecast again for today, storms not showing up until we get into the late evening hours. Here's a look at 6 o'clock, and again, showers and storms starting to work their way across I-95. By 7 o'clock, some of those showers and storms starting to push their way across parts of eastern North Carolina. By 8, over Highway 17. By 9, cruising over the coast and approaching the Outer Banks. By 10, will be over the Outer Banks, and then as we head into tomorrow morning, a lot of those showers again lingering near the coast, but should be a few miles off the Outer Banks. Morning cloud cover will certainly be present for some, but through the day tomorrow, we will see more sunshine. That is going to be kind of a ongoing thing. We'll gradually see more sun through the day, but with that increase of sunshine over the tail end of the day, there is that possibility of a few pop-up showers and storms thanks to a sea breeze front, which again, the model is clearly picking up on there, is again really focusing a lot of those rain showers across Pender, Duplin, Onslow, Jones, Craven, Pamlico, and Carteret counties. Now here's a look at your full 8-day forecast. Getting hot coming up next week. That's why Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday all in red due to the dangerous heat index. We may again see that red extend into Wednesday and Thursday if model projections continue to hold our heat as high as what we're going to see again Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But for tonight, also a first alert weather day for the presence of those storms. We're looking at strong straight line wind gusts being the main danger with tonight's storm system. Does not look like we're going to see any sort of tornadic threat. Hail is very low chance. This is more of a windy, stormy system that is going to kind of blow through eastern North Carolina, and then we're going to be done with it by the time we get to Friday. Now, coming up next week, we'll have a better chance of showers and storms by the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But for right now, again, the big focus is on the heat coming up over the next 8 days. Well, that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Juneteenth.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.